Hi everyone, I'm Justin from Logic in Charge. Got a couple things to say today. This is my 2 cents. This is the second episode, I guess, or second podcast, whatever you want to call it. But first off, I'd like to say good job to Kwame Brown. He said some real truthful things the other day, and I just respect it. Second thing, I just wanted to mention real quick, why in the hell is Joe Biden on a podium talking to everybody saying that within the next 15 years, every hospital bed will be filled with a Alzheimer patient? Now, if he's foreshadowing, how could they really pull that off? I can think of one way, and it has to deal with the bee sting, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. But, or he's just lost his mind, don't know what he's saying. That's pretty much the two possibilities I see. But the more interesting thing is what he said, and with what's going on today, and they're pushing that bee sting so hard. I mean, it kind of raises some questions, don't it? But other things that happened. Connecticut today came out and said that the bee sting caused 18 teenagers, young adults, to acquire blood clots, causing strokes. And that was reported to the Department of Public Health. That's how I found out. Another thing I was reading today, which is kind of weird, right? 5,800 fully bee-stung people contracted the beer bug. Now, the science that I grew up with says that once you get the bee sting, your immunity should be there, right? And let's not forget, this is an RNA type of bee sting they're pushing, which is new. And mRNA is actually, it's just crazy, man. There's a whole bunch of stuff that could be associated with it. And that's just short term. Think about long term. What else is it causing inside your body? I believe it was between 2005, 2007, somewhere in there. They tested this mRNA on mice, mammals close. I guess they're kind of close to us. I guess it was the beginning of the human trials or whatnot, or the beginning of animal trials or whatnot. And every last one of them mice passed. They died. And back then it was known that it caused blood clots. I mean, unless they really changed it since then, what else can be said? Now, the CD is also changing the definition of breakthrough cases. I didn't read it all because I'm just honestly burnt out on them changing definitions on things to fit their narrative. I know I can't go around changing the definition of stuff. People will look at me like I'm crazy, you know? And everything they're changing has been defined a certain way by science. And it's like they're taking something that's provable and making it where it's harder to get the real information from it. And that's going to present many challenges in the future. You know? And with the media's help, we already seen what that can do. Lockdowns 2020, right? Well, now there's an airborne Ebola strain, I guess, ravaging the East Coast. And from what I understand, it's really bad. I don't know. I haven't had it. I don't want to. But it's just weird because it's airborne. I mean, yeah, it can be airborne through like animal feces, and when they like dig at it and like stuff like that, it gets up in the air and stuff. So yeah, it can be airborne, but they said this one's it's more abundant in the air, I guess, or it's easier contracted. There's a lot of different stuff with it. I just find that kind of weird, and the fact that mainstream media really hasn't said too much about it. And then we also now have the media, I believe it was CNN, finally admitted that they manufactured numbers in the death toll with this beer bug to evacuate Trump from office. Now, it boggles my mind, if you're thinking logically, why you would still listen to these people and not realize they're just filling your head with bullshit. None of it makes sense. It goes against everything that has been learned through science with this virus. So you gotta ask yourself at some point, right? Is this really that bad, or is it being manufactured to be that bad? That's stuff that you guys gotta figure out for yourselves. I'm doing the research so I know what I'm looking at, what I'm fighting, and how I can best protect my family. Because, this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's more coming. But what I was getting at, with the media and the fact that people are having that beer bug a second time, a third time, regardless of bee stings or not, I believe there will be future lockdowns, whether it's the beer bug or Ebola or whatever. It's just they see they can get away with it now, and we let them get away with it for how long? I mean, hell, some people are still collecting money, unemployment wise, from the government, even though they can go get jobs. But once again, like I said in the last video, it makes sense to just sit on your ass and collect more money if you're a lazy person. Me personally, I'd rather work hard for it because I have self-worth and I can provide a lot to a company. But that's just me, and I was raised differently than a lot of other people. Which brings me to my next point. If Memorial Day is a national holiday, and it's a big holiday for a lot of people. People travel, they do weekend outs, they cook out, they spend a lot of time and go a lot of places and do a lot of things on this day, which is coming up Monday. But the sad thing is, a lot of these Gen Z and these millennials don't even know what it's about. They think it's about American supremacy, racism, American imperialism, or American capitalism. It's not the case, guys. It's really not. You know, it's about honoring those who paid the ultimate price for our freedoms. To keep this world a free world. Well, keep our country a free country. They died for this right here, the red, white, and blue. They died for you. They died for me. You know, and it's kind of messed up because, you know, regardless of what your beliefs are, who you are, what color you are, any of that, you know, you're still going to mourn people that were close to you that died. So why would you misconstrue this holiday for American imperialism or capitalism or whatever the hell that you want to confuse it with? It's not right. You know, just remember, these people paid the price of their lives so we could have these stupid ass cell phones and be on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and everything else. You know, that's why they died. They died for our right to be free. And we're about to lose that, you know. It's easier to get rights taken than it is to get them back, guys. You know, and that really makes me kind of sick to the stomach, because I'm a proud American. I'm glad that I have the freedoms that I have, and I'm proud of my soldiers because they defended said freedoms for me, my family, and everybody else that walks in America. You know, that affected every last one of us, because without them we wouldn't be here. And you know, unfortunately, that's the way we're headed. You can say it's all bullshit or whatever you want to say, like, oh, you're just thinking you're conspiracy, whatever, man, because at the end of the day, I know with already some of the stuff I've covered, I've been saying the majority of this for over a year. So, you know, like I said, you can talk all the shit you want, I don't care. It's not going to affect me because I know what I've said for the past year, and I know what's happening now. But, you know, there's more of a reason for this video, because there's some that really, really gets under my skin, you know. Happiness isn't given, right? It's earned through life. You make your own happiness, right? But those who have no work ethic and have no sense of self, they'll never be happy. And we did this, you know. We did this, the older generations, you know, my parents, me, and those above them have allowed this to go on. You know, when I was growing up, we played a sport. No matter what the sport was, you didn't get a participation trophy. If your team was last place, suck it up, do it better next year. You know, and we didn't automatically make teams. If you couldn't play, then they didn't want you, or you're a bench warmer. You didn't play. You know, you earned that spot. But nowadays, you know, everybody gets one. Even last place. I don't know, but to me that says that breeds a generation built on lies. The only two people who succeed are those who work for it, who have the heart to go get it, who push through the want to lie down and give up. They have it, the heart to give it their all and then some. They push through the failure. They don't even let it enter their mind. They just keep going. They have to get it. It's like Success is an addiction to some people. The most successful, that's what it is. Success is an addiction. And at my job, I try real hard for success. You know, I work hard, and I will find out on Tuesday what my hard work will reward me with. You know, I stated my problem the other day when I did the video, and me and my boss talked the day after, and I told them to get back to me on Tuesday with what they thought I was worth. So I'll find out then. But anyway, that was off subject. My point, right? We've let society get so weak-minded by giving out participation trophies and giving them safe spaces to go cry, that now the kids, the young adults, can't handle anything. They were sold a lie because life is hard and it hurts. And I know as a parent, I don't want my kid to hurt. But life has a funnier way of, regardless of what you want or the next person wants, it'll smack you upside the damn head. Give you a reality check. You know, it's not easy. Life is never easy, and it's not supposed to be. Those who say life is easy just don't give a shit. But these kids now and these young adults are mentally unequipped to handle anything. I wish my life was easy. I wish their lives were easy. But if that was the case, many of the most important lessons would never be learned. Because you can only really truly learn a lesson when you have no other choice but to. Think about that for a minute. Like, you gotta want the change inside your heart, and then you gotta go after it. Hard, challenging times cause new ways to approach things, causes new thoughts. It teaches you how to overcome adversity and how to prosper. You know, without hard work, you're just not going to prosper. You're just not going to succeed. You know, one of my childhood lessons that I learned anyway, I had a few bullies in elementary school, right? And they would kick my ass. And no matter how bad I got beat up, I never thought to bring a gun into school and shoot it the fuck up. Never. It never crossed my mind. Yeah, there was days I didn't want to go to school, but you know what? That didn't last long. Because I got sick and tired of getting pushed around and hit. So one day, I called one of them, I stood up, and we fought. We fought with our fists, not weapons, no bricks, no bats, no knives, no guns. You know, we walked away with black eyes and scrapes and cuts. And kids these days don't even know how to do that. Nah, they just run home and get the gun. Weak-minded kids. Sit on that for a little bit. Think about that. You know, and when I did finally stand up to them guys, when I took that first swing and I connected, it changed instantly. I was no longer prey. I was their equal. I was a predator there with them. Well, we were fighting anyway. You know. And I just wasn't going to accept it anymore. And I wasn't going to let it rock out. I just know. You know? I guess my point here is if I had a safe place, I would have never had that change in my elementary school. I would have been beat up and just pushed over for the rest of my life. I wouldn't be mentally strong like I am today. I wouldn't be here in front of all yous. I'd be scared of what people say, what people think. I'm not. Because I realize what you think about me may differ from what they think about me. They may think good, you may think bad, or whatever. At the end of the day, I know my heart, and I know I'm a good person. So your thoughts can't hurt me. Neither can words. And it took me a long time to learn that. Long time. But through all that, it taught me how to handle life. It gave me a voice. It gave me the ability to be a leader with a strong mental fortitude. I can lead by example. Matter of fact, now that I put myself here in front of y'all, I have to. Because I put myself in everybody's eyes. So if I want to be true to myself, I must be the change. And I'm okay with that. And I guess if one person can see that through my video efforts here, then I suppose I did what I was supposed to do. But we can all be part of this change that America so desperately needs. We can light up this dark world. We can give the kids a better future. We just have to have our voices heard. We gotta speak up and we gotta unite. White, brown, green, purple, yellow, whatever. Don't matter. We need to stand together as red, white, and blue before we lose what our forefathers built.